Hi, welcome back to Best Drink Recipes. I'm Eli Mountjoy, and today we're going to be doing a very special review indeed. For those that have been following our reviews, we have already reviewed the Boyd Blair potato-based vodka. Well, this is the next level. As you can see from the front of this bottle, it's the 151, which of course is the overproofed version. Now, it's important to note that this particular spirit was made by professionals for professionals. So what that means essentially is we're going to do a taste test here, but unless you're a professional and you know what you're doing, don't try this at home, kids. This could easily damage your liver, really hurt your health, or you could set your whole house on fire. So you really got to know what you're getting yourself into. In other words, treat her like a lady. So because this is overproof and because it's so powerful, it was intended to be used professionally. So we're talking chefs, bartenders, mixologists, sauciers, people that understand what this is to be used for. This is basically an alternative to the other overproof spirits, most notably rum or grain alcohol. So essentially what I think that they're going to give us here with this is a more pure, easy on the palate and thereby more versatile overproof spirit, by which we would make things like bitters, aperitifs, infusions, liqueurs, amaros, and like barrel-aged spirits. I mean, this is essentially what everything you know kind of comes from. We're talking from whiskey to Carpano Antica. I mean, this is used for everything. This is the original. This is the monolith. So with that, as if we needed any more reverence or respect for this, you know that the people that created this literally bring it from local potato fields in Pennsylvania. They know the soil, they know the earth, they take it from there, and they literally do everything by hand, except for, of course, the distillation. You need a machine for that. But they fill the vodka in the bottles by hand. You can see they dip it in wax. The master stiller, he signs every bottle so that it's, you know that it's small batch. Not that that term really carries a lot of weight, but with these guys, they actually have their hands all over their product. And when it comes out, you know how truly exceptional it is by its taste and its versatility. Now, it's worth getting into just a little bit of this history because it's really interesting. Where does the term proof come from? Well, it comes from about the 1400s to the 1500s, where the predominant way of transporting alcohol was by ship, because that's all we had then. And they'd put it in barrels and casks. And if you got into some sort of war or fight, or you got into a bad torrential storm, the barrel would fall over on top of your gunpowder and soil that and make it all wet. And if you couldn't flint it while it was wet, that means you were dead in the water. You were literally dead. So they needed to transport at a certain ABV, which I believe is 114 proof. So this is, of course, a little bit more. So that means watch out. But that's where the word proof came from, because that's how you were able to prove the ABV of the alcohol. Could you light it when it was wet? Proof, in fact, that it was high enough that you could light it during war times when it was wet, when you needed it. Okay, so we've talked about its uses, its versatility. We've talked about the people who've made it, having their hands all over this craft spirit. We've talked about proof. We've talked enough. Let's open this with reverence and respect and taste it. Of course, this is always my favorite part. Opening it, decorking it, and pouring it. I love that somebody, and not a machine, did this. It's like getting a handwritten letter in the mail. It's like, oh my God, it's taken like 2 weeks for it to get here, and you open it up and you read it and you just relish it the whole time. Instead of an email, you're just like, whatever, I just dump this out. Okay, I digress. Let's get into the Boyd Blair 151. Nice. Oh man, I mean, What's incredible about this to me, even when you know it's such high octane, it carries an elegance with it. It's still balanced. It doesn't, you know, just smell like rubbing alcohol on your face and burn your eyes and your sinus when you smell it. You get a lot of caramel, light citrus, and that's just, you know, smelling it. I'm going to pour a little amount into our glass. I love that sound. I'm going to cork this because it's the responsible thing to do. And let's take a look at this. Of course, just like its 40% 80 proof sister vodka, it's clear, it's generally odorless, and that is the hallmark of vodka. But this, yeah, now I'm getting a lot more of that. You can smell that there is quite a bit of alcohol in this, which is the reason it makes it dangerous. Dangerous because it will burn, it's so combustible, and because your liver just cannot handle it like this. So we're going to take very small, fine amounts and find out what this has to offer us at this moment. Okay. It being 151, you definitely feel that across the palate and your tongue. My mouth immediately starts watering, like, wow, what's going on here? But it doesn't burn like fire, like if you were to, you know, have Everclear or Gosling's 151 or something like that, where it's like, which I've done before. Also, not recommended that you do that at home or anywhere for that matter. But this has a certain honeysuckle to it. It has a delicacy, which is not a word you would usually use for a semi-truck, which is the equivalent of this spirit. It's big, it's magnanimous, and it's huge. It's versatile. You can do so many things with this. I'm gonna give a second taste because usually that's the one where the palate has acclimated itself and we'll get a little more out of this. Number 2. Very smooth. It's not usually a term that you use to describe especially 151 or anything, because what does smooth mean? But I'm not drinking fire. I'm drinking a very refined, delicately balanced, and masterfully crafted spirit. As impressed as we have been with the traditional vodka, I am more impressed with this because here I am able to sip it neat, not diluted, not chilled, not mixed with anything else. I'm tasting it and I didn't just spontaneously combust before you. It's incredible. It is incredible. To me, Boyd Blair is the reason vodka still has relevance, why it still has its place in the spirit world. And look, I'm not like a big shot or anything like that, but that means a lot. To me, to the people I work with, to the community at large. They are doing it right. It's truly incredible. I should tell you that this is available for about $60 or $70 in the markets. Right now it's available in Washington, D.C., in Miami, and San Francisco, here in Los Angeles, and they're adding places every week. So keep an eye out for it, and if you see it, I cannot highly recommend this enough. It is truly a miracle spirit. Now, if you'd like to see a couple of ways that you can use this spirit, we're going to show you. And you can either find one of those here or another one there. And again, I cannot recommend this highly enough. And again, I can't also stress, do be very careful with this. Treat it with the utmost respect, and it will be good to you back. So again, we've got one of our cocktails here and another drink there, and we will see you guys then. Thank you for watching this review of the amazing Boyd Blair 151 vodka. I'm Eli Mountjoy, and we look forward to seeing you at the next drink.